Hello, this is Angela Bennett from Advice Resolutions, filming outside of the Selkirk Sheriff Court in the Scottish Borders. Today our client had a hearing before the judge. The judge's name is, well, we call them sheriffs, but they are judges. It was Sheriff Sinclair who heard the case. This case was heard on the basis of a notional trial. Notional trials in Scotland look at whether or not the person's ready for the full trial, and in this case the full trial didn't go ahead because the person needs representation. They need legal aid, they need a qualified lawyer, someone who's got all the stripes and all the stars, and someone who can actually see through this murky case of corruption, judicial interference, police corruption, police illegal arrest, police malicious prosecution, falsely imprisoning our client, and going to the home, arresting them without proper documents. This is all part of the mix. Now, we're glad that the sheriff in this case is actually supporting the fact that it's exceptional. This is an exceptional case because you can't have just a straightforward accusation of breaking the law, which they say our client did, which our client's saying they didn't, and there be no other intersecting factor. For example, judges getting involved, writing illegal arrest warrants, and doing other things in the case and tampering. You have to have that as a complexity case. You have to have that as an exceptional issue, because normally cases go through, it's all straightforward, it's just the prosecution and the defendant and the person making the claim. There's never judges involved, but this is exceptional, where judges are really overarching and they're overreaching. So in this particular case, going back in time, it all, unfolded when our client had, it is said, some time ago in the past, 18 years ago, they sped their car through a GATSA speeding camera and they received a fine, but it wasn't a fine. It was called a confiscation. Confiscations aren't found in the Road Traffic Offenders Act 1988. It then got transferred to the Scottish jurisdiction and they turned it into a compensation case. Compensation cases don't exist in Scottish jurisdiction for speeding from England. So again, that was a bit of judicial surprise, a bit of a judicial irregularity, judicial illegality. And that is why this case has to be seen as exceptional. Judges shouldn't make up the law. Well, they do sometimes because they're trying to make sense of the law. Sometimes the law doesn't even make sense, so they have to kind of read in the law, read out the law, read it up and down, read it sideways. But this is a particular case where judges have an interest in their cause. They've deliberately set about to try and prosecute, to try and criminalise the black defendant, which 9 times out of 10 they do all the time because, as you know, the black community, people of colour, they're usually representative much higher in the criminal justice system than they are in society itself. So in this case, the judge has called new dates for trial, although that the case shouldn't have been called for trial at all. It should have been stopped last year. It shouldn't even be going on. But because it is going on and there needs to be representation under Article 6 of the European Convention on Human